Hey, welcome to the last video tonight for chapter 25. This is going to be short and sweet and easy to get through tonight, so we're just going to kind of go through some notes here to focus in on, and I'll highlight what's important. I will put this page up on Moodle here for you at the end as well. So, the armistice of the Treaty of Versailles was signed December 13th, 1918, between the Allies and the Central Powers. Now, the Allies, you have Great Britain, United States, France. Central Powers, you got Germany, Austria-Hungary, and the Ottoman Empire. And when President Wilson came home, he was greeted as a hero. As you can see here on page 314, 315 of your book, streets were lined for him to come home, and he was seen as the best president we've ever had at that point in time. Moving on to the 14 points here. The 14 points was to protect every peace-loving nation and people from force and selfish aggression. There's a lot of different goals that had it. It was eliminate all the causes of war, the right to self-determination of ethnic groups so they could control their own political future. They wouldn't have to be told on what to do. Set up an organization called the League of Nations to ensure world peace. So if you have one country that wants to take control of Europe, you have the other countries around them saying, we can't do this, we have to work together and have peace and harmony. There's a lot of territorial integrity as well, as nations have to respect another country's borders. You just can't go take over the Sudetenland in Germany if you wanted to, just because you thought it was yours, like Germany did in World War II. Do not try to gain another country's territory by force. We're not going to fight a war because you want a waterfall or you want a canal or something like that. Working together, League members would resolve conflicts before those conflicts would escalate into wars. Let's not start a war just to have a war and lose people and cost money. Let's create a way to work together, and that's what the League of Nations was for. Even though the United States didn't really like the League of Nations, that's what it was for. At the Paris Peace Conference where the Big Four met, and if you look on page 318 of your book, it talks about the Big Four and who they were, and here they are. It was President Wilson from the United States, Prime Minister David Lloyd George from Great Britain, Prime Minister George Clemenceau from France, and Prime Minister Vittorio Orlando from Italy. I can't say that guy's first name. So it was Italy, France, Great Britain, and the United States that made up the conference. And there were representatives from Germany and other defeated nations there, but they did not have a final vote. It was just these main four. The Treaty of Versailles, it ended the war. It was what was signed on June 18th, 1919, and this is what ended World War I. And there was a lot of things that were part of it, and especially France, England, and the United States all wanted different ideas. And France said we have to reduce the German army to 100,000 men, take away Germany's coal-rich Saar Valley. England wanted Germany to responsible for the war, and Germany must pay back $33 billion in war reparations. And the United States had reluctantly agreed with the other leaders to gain support for the League of Nations, and they wanted the ethnic groups to be free to determine their own political future. So every country that fought against Germany in the war wanted a different idea, wanted different things. And what came out of this was the creation of a lot of new countries. Yugoslavia, Czechoslovakia, Poland, a lot of the former Russian states like Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, all those places became new countries. And it also redrew the boundaries of the old ones and gave parts of Germany were given to France, Poland, and Denmark, and Italy gained territory that was home to the Austrians. So the map of Europe changed dramatically, and you can see that on page 319 of your book. So those were a lot of the big issues with Chapter 25, especially with the Treaty of Versailles. And there was a lot of people that thought it was a good idea, and some people that thought it was a bad idea. So I'm going to stop there for tonight. Make sure you finish the questions for tonight, as well as the questions for the rest of the week. I checked on a lot of you today, and a lot of you are still missing chapters 22, 23, and 24. So you have until tomorrow. Tomorrow morning when I get here, I'm turning those off, and you will not be able to get to them. So have a good night. Work on those, and I will see you guys tomorrow in class. Take care.